I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at FirstEnergy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. On third down, Mayfield.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 24 carries, 87 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And we expected to have already talked about this unit. We didn't get a chance to hit on them on the opening drive because they scored so quickly. But that's the kind of unit this is. A quick strike offense. I expect to see them taking their shots all game long. And if that's the case, we'll find ways to talk about this group.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, finding some room at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his open man. It's Carr.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against, but you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Here's Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
53, check 53. Hey, that QB's trapped.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing, Mayfield. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that, but they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far,
here comes the pressure, and the Browns block it. And they'll wind up taking over there in their own territory inside the 40. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Thomas has got it, complete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A run for Nick Chubb, and an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Three down. Alert three.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And this one's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He gets it to Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. They'll set up to throw, and Thomas has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a... And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Get ready, get ready.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down in distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. They go back to the ground with Sanders, as Sanders has it poked free.
Last stop. Last stop.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Yeah, baby. Boom. 60 or 53. Check 53.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Cut, cut, cut.
2nd and 2. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Again, they were targeting Marshall there, and it's 3rd and short. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the 2nd half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Again, they were targeting Marshall there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Hey, 4 down.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Roughing the passer defense.
Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Another run here with Sanders. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
4 down. Check.
On second down now, it's Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 13-yard line. He may try and run for this. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
The Browns drive about to get started. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. To throw, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They run it again with Chubb. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Mayfield looks to throw.
I know the scouting
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. Have him protect you.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll look to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now, punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. He'll let it go deep for Beckham, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. And what everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's McGee. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield going right side here, and that's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180. Rip right, rip right.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll drop the throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
The kick by McManus is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A give running right is Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You don't want no problem.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll set up a throw. And no, it's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On the carry, it's Chubb. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run. Chubb. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now, there's also a flag to go with it. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Eagles down by 11, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On the draw, here's Sanders. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 2nd and 2. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter, and a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. 3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And he finds a man on the crossing route.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leadership. It's the toughness. It's the moxie that he exhibits. And his teammates just feed off of it.
So for the Browns, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.